The year from hell. It is time to vanquish this godforsaken year that is 2016 by looking back at probably the one of the few things that was actually good of 2016.
Chipotle.
Yeah, sure. This is Movies Are Real, and this is our end of the year special.
Woo!
We are going to, well, first, I'm George.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Carrie.
We are a monthly podcast. We talk about the movies of the month before and then what we're looking forward to the next month. But for this episode, we're going to rank the top 10 best movies of 2016. This is a science. This is a factual.
This was the easiest list to make.
This is
We are all still friends.
This is a list based on science. So if you disagree with it, turns out you're wrong.
The formula that I came up with, so direct
Or
all
maybe-
hate mail to me.
Or maybe we just didn't see all movies because we live in Nebraska
Yeah, I
and
know.
nothing ever gets showed here.
I feel like we're lucky. We get good opportunities to see some though.
Yeah, we get a few.
But it's also like, science in 2016. Who cares
Yeah,
about
who
facts?
cares?
So it doesn't matter regardless.
Woo! This is a topical podcast.
Yeah, but let's get into this. So yes, like we said, this is a sort of a scientific thing. We started off by deliberating, choosing what even deserved to be on the list. Then we sort of did a tally, and then
We all parted ways, choose what we liked best,
Sure.
and then we came together, did some math.
This was the easiest way to get a true composite list from the three of us, because we each had our own personal lists, did some value assigning, threw around some numbers, and now we have
And don't
this
worry,
list.
almost everything matched values with another thing, so there was always arguing no matter what we did.
This podcast has one minority, so it's a diverse list. So, but before
That's
we get
me, right?
right.
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
Oh, that's a good point. See, that's the problem. See, man.
We got it.
All right.
So
Well,
let's start off with what we couldn't see this
Right.
year, but we really wish we
because
had.
we either it wasn't showing, or if it was available to us, it wasn't at a movie theater. So we
Or it just fell under our radar completely.
or
for
we're just
whatever
too
reason.
damn lazy to see it. So we got The Nice Guys, which was the new Shane Black movie with Ryan Gosling and
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yep.
I don't know much about it, but people tell me it was great. I know it's nominated it's on some top 10 lists. La La Land, which fuck did I want to see this
I want to
movie.
see it so
This
bad.
is what's like destroying every top 10 list out there.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
this is gonna be the movie of the year. It seems,
Yeah.
which really sucks.
And guess what? It's not played. It's only played where we live on Christmas.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Oh yeah, me and Ryan are going on Christmas 1 a.m. You in?
Oh, are you? Oh wow. Unfortunately, I
We are
can't.
dedicated.
All right.
Cancel your plans, George. This is a movie.
So yeah, that's by the director of Whiplash, which is that movie that was great. That was last year for sure, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Manchester by the Sea. This is the Casey Affleck joint with son. No, it's the son of his brother, and he's adopting him, or he can adopt him, but he
Yeah,
has
he's
to.
taking care of like another kid.
Boy, that sounds like the most Oscar bait thing I ever saw in my fucking life.
Yeah, I know, but apparently it's great, so
Right.
I'm interested.
The Eyes of My Mother, which Ryan brought to attention, but then I heard stuff from the horror people like, yeah, you need to watch this fucking movie.
Yeah, it.
Independent Spanish? Is it Spanish?
I believe so.
It looks like
I
Latin
think it's
American.
I think it's Portuguese. Let me double check that.
Okay, but yes, black and white horror film.
Very torture porny.
Yeah, it isn't showing here until January, and I think that's the only time it's showing
Oh,
for that
yeah.
one day. So we might have to get tickets for that.
We'll do that.
And Edge of 17, which I didn't
want to see that.
want to see it, but I think it's gonna be on some lists.
It is a Portuguese movie.
Okay.
Eyes of My Mother. Yep.
I don't know if it's because it's a coming of age tale, and coming of age is like, I don't know. People like coming of age movies. I don't know.
I don't know. The trailer just felt so much like every coming of age movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything spectacular to me.
But I don't know.
Whatever.
People
What do
like
we
it.
know?
Ex-
What do we know?
exactly. Sure.
We're
That's
the idiots
yep.
who haven't seen Moonlight yet.
Yeah, this.
That too. We didn't see Moonlight. I didn't even put it on this
Oh
list.
fuck!
And I had the opportunity to see Moonlight, and I was like, nah.
Nah, how good can
We
it
also
be?
didn't see
Oh.
American Honey. So
Fuck!
I don't even want to see that movie.
Really?
I thought it looked really good.
you don't like Shia LaBeouf?
Nope.
I like
Nebraska.
Shia LaBeouf.
It's filmed in Nebraska.
I don't care.
The movie's filmed in Nebraska because Shia LaBeouf was
Oh,
staying in the.
Shia LaBeouf only films in Nebraska.
He was actually because he was. I don't know. There was an article I read of like a family who let Shia LaBeouf crash at their pad while he was filming. I was like, okay, sure.
Did they let him or
No,
did
yes,
they
they
have
let-
to let him?
He knocked on the door. I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. I
It's
don't
me,
know.
remember Transformers? Yes, get out.
Okay, so yeah, that's the stuff we couldn't see. Sorry. I mean, some of the, I know La La Land, Eyes of My Mother, we will try to get it in next year. I think those, if we still do this podcast next year, I think those will be in the running for 2017.
Probably.
Because, yeah, our cutoff was pretty much after Star Wars. But all right, so.
We won't be talking about Assassin's Creed?
No, we won't be talking about Assassin's Creed or
what about Collateral Beauty?
Oh, actually, we might still because we got a podcast to do. So.
Oh, that's true.
So we won't make.
We can hear George's hot takes on Collateral Beauty.
Are we? You make it sound like we're watching it. We're not. I don't think so.
George, come on.
Let's get to this. All right. Honorable mentions. This is the stuff that was on the list but got cut from the top 10.
There's a lot of arguing. Wait, what?
So
name one movie on this list that I did like.
The Conjuring 2.
Hated it.
So, if you again, we talked about this on the podcast the month it came out. There's even a breakout. I really liked this movie. Carrie, you liked it?
I really liked it as well.
I think it does.
Did not like this movie.
You didn't, and no. I think it does some awesome things direction-wise, like with horror and stuff. It's also it's a fun. It's not all sad and bad. It's a fun movie.
He plays that guitar for a bit, lifts everyone's spirits,
and
then it all
Patrick
goes to
Wilson
hell.
Is so dreamy.
Such a dreamy guy.
And for the next one, you guys are gonna have to back this one because I did not like this movie at all. It actually made my girlfriend Donna Jo physically angry.
Really?
Like she fucking
I want to hear
hated
that story.
it. There's another movie on here on this list actually that also had a physical reaction from her.
Oh, I know what this one is.
But yeah, Lobster. So you guys liked it way more than I did. You guys want to talk about like why was this even in the list to begin with?
I mean, Carrie is the one who recommended it to me, so how about she goes first?
I mean, because I saw the trailer for this movie and it was one of those things where it's like I'm gonna like that. So maybe I did it to myself. I don't know. But so basic concept is it's in this alternate reality where it is illegal to be single or alone. And so when you found yourself alone, divorced, however, widowed, you end up in this program. You have 45 days to fall in love. And I just like that it's a structured satire of the way that we perceive love.
Exactly,
how it's just they show it as a deadpan machine that just churns you through and you have to fall in love with this person. There's all these rules. There's this heavy focus on minute character details. It's like the one lady's like, my best feature is that I have a great smile. So it's like you have to find someone who has that trait. Your personality doesn't matter. And it's just, I don't know. This just the concept alone really...
Yeah, I get. Really I like it. Like I think the structure is smart and it's sharp, but nothing hit me.
Yeah, like I loved all that same stuff, but I just really did not like the main character, played by Colin Farrell, who was played by Johnny Depp, as we all know, because that's how he is at all movies. Yeah, Colin Farrell's character, like I felt like I should have liked him more, like in that way that you connect with characters in similar movies, like because he just wants to fall in love and all that stuff, but it's like weird in that sense. I don't know. I didn't like him. Okay. And for that kind of ruined the movie for me.
Yeah, I just
because he goes back and forth between like being like a horrible person and the movie trying to make you love him and want the best for him.
So yeah,
it's a good movie.
I just didn't like it. I think it's a pretty movie too. And the third honorable mention is The Invitation, which I really dug, but I guess we haven't talked about this one. I guess we haven't talked about this one. No. So Invitation is a movie about this couple is invited to this dinner party that's hosted. One of the hosts is his ex-wife, one of the male characters' ex-wife, and they had a child that they lost, and they're both not really over it, but stuff happens, and so they're invited to this party, and the husband is like, he's like aloof, and he thinks there's something weird going on, and he keeps thinking there's something weird going on, and then stuff happens during the night that may or may not say that something weird's going on. I really like it. I think it's a tense movie. I think it's some strong characters. I think it's also pretty. I like how it looks. I like the sort of, I don't know, just like a cheap, it's very like light, like a cheap light bulb. Like you can't, this is an audio podcast, but you can't, but there's a light bulb over there and it's like this sort of like yellowish light.
Like old light bulbs.
Yeah.
Before, like there's in my bathroom we have 3 LED light bulbs and one of the old like rattly ones. And it's like that one has that yellow like soft cast.
Yeah, like it has this soft, warm. This is supposed to, like it's a party. Like it's supposed to be fun and like but
it's supposed to be inviting.
But But it didn't make it because, well, it just didn't make it because of, yeah.
Like, for me, like, it's a very good movie. I just wish, like, we knew more about the other characters more. Cause, like,
I think that's fair.
Because it's very slow, and it spends a lot of time with this main guy and him, like, trying to unravel what he presumes to be something wrong going on in this house. And then also, like, goes into, like, his past. But I feel like, for at least later stuff in the movie, I would have cared more if I knew these people more. Because it spends a lot of time with them, but we don't get to know them much.
Mm-hmm.
At least when I feel. But then, like, when it gets to the ending, it is so good.
The ending's very, very, very strong.
It's awesome. Mm-hmm. And, like, it leaves you, like, thinking, like, is something weird going on? Or is this guy crazy? Like, you keep jumping back and forth between whether you believe this guy or not.
It plays with paranoia a lot in a really good way.
Okay.
Very good movie. But not good enough for the top 10.
Nope, not good.
Let's get into it.
Here we go. Right, so let's go. Gosh, all right. Number 10. This is the top 10 films of 2016. Number 10, Zootopia.
I like this movie.
I liked it. I didn't think it was great, but I think it's a good animated movie. Carrie?
I like it a lot, but I had a period where I was like, I don't know if I liked it, but then when I was thinking about these movies, again, I look back on it and I watched footage from it, and I was like, that was strong.
I have not seen Moana, and Moana was on this list, but it didn't even make it onto the honorable mentions. But
No.
I would say Zootopia is the best animated movie of the year.
Oh, yeah. Like, for me, that's, like, no doubt. Like it's a very original story. There's lots of, like, fun characters besides the sloths. The sloths are the worst part of that movie.
Yeah.
And it's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy good and colorful.
Yeah, that original story thing is, like, it is a original
And
concept
the animation works really well. Like, my one problem with Disney animation is they don't do people super great. At least my personal opinion.
I agree with you.
But on Zootopia, because they're all animals, it all looks very, like, fun and animated and just beautiful.
Carrie, do you have anything to say else about Zootopia?
I feel like it's got a lot of things going for it, and there's not, when you go to poke at it, there's not a whole lot of weak spots in the movie. It's very, very good.
It's very good, and it's smart, it's well written, it's witty.
It's one of the highest rated animated movies of all time right now.
It's pretty good.
Very good.
I guess if
That's
I was to say
surprising.
the last 6 years
And
of
this was
animated
in, like,
movie,
development hell for years.
Was it?
Like, in, like, very last minute, like, they made the change. Like, in the movie, Judy's, like, the main character. But originally it was the fox guy. I forget what his name is.
That would not have
It was
worked.
Nick.
Yeah, it would
it
not
was
have
Nick.
worked.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
And they changed it, like, 6 months before the movie came out. So that's, like, for an animated movie, that's insane. Because you have to rework a lot of stuff. And it came out super great.
Yeah, it's good.
Even though that was the change. And that's so cool to me.
All right, that's number 10. Number 10, Zootopia. Number 9, Jungle Book.
No one's talking about this movie anymore, I feel.
It was early in the year.
It was in May. It was in May when this came out.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie.
Jungle Book, live action. It's the second live action, by Disney, second live action remake of Jungle Book.
All CGI.
All CGI. I think, like, what
Jon Favreau.
Jon
directed
Favreau. I think, but for me, like, the thing that sticks with me is, like, it is, the performances are fucking killer.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so good in this movie. Idris Elba's, yeah, he gets typecasted as a bad guy a lot, but he's great. You got Christopher Walken singing. It's good. You got Bill Murray. He's a bear. It's pretty good.
He sings too. It's awesome.
It's
I don't remember his name, but the child actor, very good for a child actor.
Yeah.
Especially for a kid. Like, when you imagine he's doing all this stuff by himself in a blue room.
Weird blue hand puppets.
Yeah, like, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
And it, I feel like it also, like, carries a sort of levity, but it's also, I don't know, it's grounded. It feels kind of grounded because it's live action, but it still has that sort of fun feeling that the original was, because the original one is a cartoon movie. So.
I like this a lot more than the original one.
Me too. Me too.
Like, the original one, like, it's great, and, like, it has more of, like this movie cuts out a little bit of the side characters.
Yeah.
A little bit.
This movie didn't have the marching elephants with the stick at the
It did-
front.
it did
that was
not.
my
It did
favorite
not.
part of the animated one.
There are elephants.
I'm pissed. Get this movie off the list.
Put Conjuring 2 back on the list. No. But, like, I feel like as the ending, this has a much better ending. The ending of the original Jungle Book was like, oh, he wanted to
Yeah,
be
we
with a girl.
talked about that moment.
Oh, yeah.
He saw the girl and was like, all right, bye.
I'm going to abandon all my friends and family and this girl,
Yeah, they completely cut that out.
But for this movie, it's like,
There's still time for a sequel.
there's still time for a sequel. I think there is a sequel.
There
I'm
is.
looking.
So I feel like that's the easiest thing to add in if they want to do that.
if there's reasoning behind it, I would be on board. But there was no reasoning in the original Jungle Book. He just saw a girl and thought with a different.
She had to get water, Ryan. That's what she was doing.
Oh, how attractive of her!
All right, number 9, Jungle Book. Number 8, Arrival. I did not think this would even make it to the list because I really liked it.
Yeah, me and Carrie were the only ones who were like, "Wasn't that great?"
And I thought it was really good.
It's a great movie. I
don't think it's as good as some people are saying it is.
Yeah.
People are fucking woo.
People are loving this, yeah.
I like it. It's weird. I like that a lot. I like the color palette. I like Amy Adams in it.
Story all comes together real well.
Yeah.
For the most part. It's confusing at first, and then, once, you realize what's really going on, it's like, okay, I guess I get it.
But
now.
even then, I was like, but whatever. I like it. It's interesting sci-fi. It's probably one of the better sci-fi movies of the past 6 years.
I like how it turns what you would expect from an alien invasion movie on its head. It doesn't. It takes the compassionate approach, and that's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the aliens came here to terraform our planet or some shit. But yeah, I like it a lot.
It's a good movie.
Number 8. I didn't think it would make it.
You've probably seen it already. I feel like everyone's seen this movie.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Another movie that we talked about before, and it is number 7. Southbound. Talk about movies I did not think would make it to this top 10. Southbound, the anthology horror film with a lot of style. I would say
from the
that's
makers of the VHS franchise.
Yeah, some folks who were involved with that series. I think that style got it really far in this list. I like a lot of this. I like for 1 or 2 stories in it. Yeah.
And then as far as we're all gonna do our own personal top 3s as well, and then kind of talk about them. And for me, Southbound is number 2 on my personal top 3. So I'm part of the prevailing reason that this list.
You kind of skewed the data a bit.
No.
Maybe.
So, Carrie, why did you like this movie so much?
The style is definitely part of it. I love the anthology horror movies. I like how much is up to interpretation, and because I've watched it a bunch of times, and you can go back because if anyone doesn't remember, it's everyone is traveling on this desolate highway, and they are interconnected very lightly with the prevailing concepts of hell and this radio host,
right.
DJ guy. Dig into it deeper. There's more things that you can unveil, and there's more pieces that you can put together. It doesn't hand you everything and be like, here you go, here's your conclusion for you. It's just such a fun, exhilarating, brutal ride. I enjoy it
totally.
very much.
Brutal is the word.
That is the word I would use for it.
My one complaint with this movie is, like you kind of said, they don't all stitch together super well. It's supposed to be this one linear drive, just following people, and eventually new stories started. That's how it started in the beginning, and it started really well. But then towards the end, it was okay, that was a bit of a stretch on how you connected these 2 stories together. In the beginning, the one with the girl, how it goes into the hospital one, that translated so perfectly. And that was great. And then those 2 were probably my favorite stories too.
Yeah, me too.
And I liked all the stories.
Also, the soundtrack's great. The
It is
soundtrack is
great.
very good. Speaking of a movie with a lot of style and a good soundtrack,
Number
and
6.
another movie that I can't believe is this high on the list.
Number 6 is
The Neon Demon by Nicholas Winding Refn. How the fuck did this movie get so high on the list? So let's talk, because these other movies we've talked about before, we haven't talked about Neon Demon because we saw it for the wrap up. So I'm of the opinion that this movie is extremely bad. But I also think it is extremely good. I think it feels like Nicholas Winding Refn. It's very self-masturbatory. It feels like this sort of mixture of neon and fucking music and this girl who these girls who are kind of satanic and shit. Whatever. It's his fetish. This is what gets me off.
It's a very convoluted nightmare-scape that you can't get away from the entire movie. It's just follows Elle Fanning's character Jessie as she breaks onto the modeling scene and just gets swallowed up by Hollywood and the...
I'd say, but I personally think it's a movie more of a woman who knows she's prettier than anyone else in a way that isn't what you would quote unquote say as fake or tired or I don't know, cliche.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess because and that's what I also hated, because it feels like Nicholas Winding Refn saying like, oh, fucking beauty, you guys are fucking twisted beauty, you know what fucking beauty is. This is beauty, just natural, like minimalistic, just like a pretty girl. I was like, sure, dude, but like you're literally saying the other, like, they're fucking demons. They're demons who are obsessed with beauty so much that they'd kill. But it's very, very pretty and like nightmarish in the best fucking way, and I kind of like how self-masturbatory it is.
And like that's what a lot of people say too, that like the visuals of this movie are the strongest part, and that kind of lends itself to the story that they're telling. How beauty isn't what's the quote that guy said? He's like, beauty isn't the most important thing, it's the only thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's the entire thing of the movie, that they're just focusing on beauty, and then substance doesn't matter. You just have to be the prettiest one to stay alive.
Ryan.
So
this is the one that Ryan skewed.
Yeah. I skewed this one a lot. This was number 3 on my list, and like I was going in thinking like I probably will not like this movie, but then I watched it and like I had that. I'm the one person in America who likes Blair Witch, and that's because of the way I perceive that movie, and I feel like I perceive this movie different than like most people do. Like for me, it's like this weird like dream that like it's like a teenage girl's dream. Like any that teenage girl dream, typical teenage girl dream is like to go to Hollywood, be a model, be famous. And the movie starts out with that. This girl comes out of nowhere. She enters this system and is like immediately the hit thing everywhere, even though she's not even trying. She doesn't have an agent. She's just living this fantasy. And then eventually the dream like slowly devolves into a fucking nightmare that's terrifying. And she just like gets eaten alive by this system. And at the very end, it's like she's been shit out by it, almost literally. It's so like...
Yeah, you read it way different than I did.
It got stuck in my head in like a weird way that like... It actually gave me nightmares, and movies don't do that to me typically.
Yeah, going back again, this made my girlfriend actually sick.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Was it the last scene?
Yeah, it was the last scene.
I did not watch the last scene.
That's fine.
I watched it.
It was cheesy, I thought.
I watched it like that's like that last scene. That's what made me like think like this is a dream, because that couldn't happen.
But it's I don't know.
That
I think
couldn't happen. Like that's just like the ending of like this fantasy.
But I think this is their reality.
It is both the. It's kind of both, you know.
I don't know. I still think it's Nicholas Winding Refn being a fucking
I don't know
dick.
I don't know anything about this director, so like.
I don't either. I like Drive. I fucking love Drive.
I've not seen Drive.
My favorite movie from him that I've seen so far is Bronson. That movie.
That was one of his early ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got what's his face? Bane.
It's got Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. There you go.
It's got Bane in it.
But yeah, it's on. I think it made on this list because I'm conflicted on it. Ryan likes it a lot.
I could not like. It's so pretty and crazy and weird. I didn't like some stuff at the end that was weirdly sexual. Like you thought the whole thing was sexual. I only thought like stuff towards the end was.
No, I thought the whole thing is horny as fuck. It's so horny.
I guess
Holy shit, man.
I guess I could see why you would think that. I never thought that much into it because I viewed it as like this fantasy.
Like everything about it,
like a fantasy world.
Like, see, yeah, we read it completely different. I really do think, like, that's the thing that I hated about it. Like, man, now we're just talking about this movie, but I really, like, I hate the ending because I feel like it was out of nowhere. Because I felt like Elle Fanning's character was in complete fucking control. She knew everything that she was doing, but these fucking evil old guard that, like, what beauty is, take her down. And
that's, like, what would happen in this world. Like, you go and you think you're the top shit, and then you turn into top shit.
I don't know.
Because if you poke the bear enough, and that's what she does the whole movie.
I know, but like
she just pokes at these people who are clearly insane.
He punishes this character for no fucking reason. I feel.
I mean, like
I don't know.
Like you can go back to the scene where like she totally ditches like her quote boyfriend character for like no reason. Like because he understands that these people are not good people, and he's like, we should leave because these people are awful. And she's like, how about you get out of here? And she's the top thing,
man. And again,
that shows how she's like getting way too into herself.
And I think she is completely justified in doing that. Who fucking cares about this nice fucking guy? Who fucking cares?
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, but like I feel like that's what it was trying to show. Like she is,
and that's why I hate it.
She is completely,
and I like it though.
Gone over over her head and has in this world.
Mm.
But
I feel like there's
a
point in the movie, a very specific point where she goes from the Ryan version where she's all innocent and swept away to the George version where she's like, okay, this is it, and it's telegraphed by color changes, and it's just a really
maybe I don't know. Yeah,
that scene where she's going down the runway and you're just like, and then it's blue and then it's like red, and she like starts making out with the red wall, and it's like, oh, I think she's evil now.
I can't even like describe all the aesthetic stuff because it is so like beautiful and complex and like.
But I also
it makes me feel like I'm like watching like a weird like abstract art piece.
Yeah, I like it, but I still think it is fucking trashy as fuck.
I get why you think that, and I get why people hate this movie, because people hate this movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, this is going to be on some people's worst movies of 2016.
For sure.
Because I think it's so whatever, but I like it a lot. I don't know, because it's the thing I talked about once. Like, I hate Passengers. I want to see Passengers because it has Jennifer Lawrence. I think Jennifer Lawrence is extremely attractive, and I also hate that I want to see that because I'm so fucking stupid. Because I really do think fucking The Neon Demon is fucking porn. It's fucking porn, and guess what? I like. I don't want to, but I kind of like it too. You know, it's still porn, so it's good. It's fine. I don't know.
It's number 6 on our
Number
list
6
of top 10 movies of 2016. Number 5 is...
Number 5, Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
We just saw this movie.
I saw it twice already.
You did, yeah.
Rogue
Star
One.
Wars.
It's Star Wars. It is the prequel to Episode 4.
But the sequel to Episode 3.
Sure. Sure, if you want to say that. Yeah, sure.
So, like in the Episode 4, A New Hope, original Star Wars, the opening crawl talked about a team of people going in to steal the plans for the Death Star.
This is the crawl.
This is the opening crawl for original Star Wars.
Yeah. And it's on this list, I think, not only because it is a Star Wars movie, obviously.
And a good Star Wars movie.
I think it's a
half that
right.
are bad. It's
a good Star Wars movie that feels grounded, and it's about characters that don't feel like heroes. Like, and I'm not saying like an anti-hero for me personally. Like, I feel like these characters don't fucking matter at all. Like you watch Star Wars is about heroes and bad guys, right? Like, there's Rey. She's obviously the hero who's gonna save everything. Fucking none of these guys matter. No one's gonna write a story about them. No one cares, and they're gonna fucking all disappear. No one's gonna remember them. And that's what I like a lot. Like, it feels way more realistic in that sense, I think.
Yeah, it feels like a genuine, like, war film.
I mean, still, the Empire is still, like, fucking Nazis. They're still Nazis.
With that fantasy stuff, but it feels more like a war film in the sense that you can die, like, randomly in the most horrible way, and no one will bat an eye.
No one cares.
Because you're just a soldier. You're part of this system that needs to stop the Empire from building a giant ball in the sky.
Mm-hmm. And it feels, I don't know, it feels more believable than this sort of, like, rag team group of like, people, like, help take down, like, did this important step for the other guys, the cool guys on the fucking, to take it to the fucking touchdown. Like, just, I like it a lot. Carrie?
I honestly, controversial here, but I don't really give a shit about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, I only saw them, like, 2 years ago or whatever, but,
Right, when before Episode 7 came out, right?
Mm-hmm. Our friend found out I had never seen them and got very upset.
Oh, if this is the friend, which I know the friend, that seems crazy.
He did the same thing with Lord of the Rings, but
I refuse to watch those movies.
Anyway, as someone who does not really care about Star Wars, this was a very fun movie. I like the characters a whole lot. I think that's without a doubt its strongest point. Like all the
even though I don't know their names, it doesn't.
Well, it's partly because they're all Star Wars names.
Sure, but
I can't wrap my
head.
But they're people. Like, I don't need the name. I don't need it. Like, I get it. Like, yeah.
They're people in one robot.
And there's not much character development either. But again, like, this is enough. And,
but they don't even need to. They just, like, show you a small tidbit, and that tidbit is good enough that you're like, yep, I agree. I like this person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of how this movie is, it's a war film. There's no point where people can develop because they're just in this war.
no time for formalities.
There's no time. Like, if this existed in a world where, everything was going to be happy in the end, then they probably would have, left this mission being like, okay, I learned so much from these people I met and this experience I had. I'm going to be a better person and I'm going to do all this good for the world. But no, it's a war film, and they're still, in the Star Wars lore, this is a horrible time for everyone.
Sure.
And no one's going to... The only reason Luke, survives all this is because he has magical Jesus powers.
Yeah, exactly.
And normal people don't have that. So they just die.
And I also think I like it so much because, for me, Star Wars is Episode 4. I like 5 and 6. I think they're good movies, but I don't think they're great. I don't love them. I love 4. I think 4 is a phenomenal movie. So this being a direct tie-in to 4, I think is why I like it so much. And this wasn't my top 3. This is number 3. Rogue One. I like it a lot. All right, so let's go.
Rogue One, number 5. Number 4 is...
Well, let's recap where we are in the space of
number 10.
Zootopia.
Number 9.
Jungle Book.
Number 8.
Arrival.
Number 7.
Southbound.
Number 6.
Neon Demon.
Number 5.
Rogue One.
All right, now we're getting to the heat of things.
Yeah. Number 4. Green Room.
Green Room.
So
we're also the only people I feel like.
I liked it a lot.
Some more people.
I feel like this movie got a lot.
This movie got a lot of traction.
Okay,
people like it a lot.
I noticed a lot of,
especially after Anton Yelchin died.
Yeah, especially after he died.
Unfortunately,
yeah. We talked about it earlier. A movie about this band, who's road tripping. They're down on their luck. They
trying to get some gigs.
They get a gig at the last minute for some neo-Nazis. One of them accidentally sees a murder, and now they are sort of witnesses, and the neo-Nazis are not letting them get out, and then they're going to kill them, and they need to survive the night. I think it does it very well. I think the characters, they're fine. I like Alia Sawkat only in that movie, but it's really tense. That's really, it's tense. Patrick Stewart is great in it.
Oh,
it's
very
brutal.
I know Patrick Stewart. I don't think of him from a movie. I just think of his personality because he has a very kind personality.
Yeah, you always see him smiling real big in pictures.
Yeah,
and giving Ian McKellen bunny ears. And
in
stuff.
this movie, he's not smiling real big. He is.
No.
He is a bad boy.
Yeah, he says the N-word.
He says
a naughty Nazi.
So he's a good actor, man.
And it's kind of surprising because that this got so high as well. Because Carrie, you weren't so crazy about it.
No, we had 12 movies to narrow down, and it was number 11 on mine.
Me and George had it very high.
I tried to skew the data, but it didn't work.
Ah, damn.
Yeah,
this was 4 on my list, I think.
This is number 2 on my top 3 personal. Ooh. I really, really like it. I think it's one of the best of the year. Obviously, it's on this 10, right? Mm-hmm. For sure. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's Green Room. Green Room is good. I like it. It's got Nazis, it's got a dog.
You should watch it.
The dog doesn't get shot. I don't remember if the dog gets shot.
I think a couple dogs might get shot.
I mean, they're bad dogs, though.
Oh, right, you're right.
There's a few dogs.
They're very mean dogs, and you're like, I want them to go away, but
they're potsies.
They're potsies. That kind of works.
Like dog paws. All right, I'm sorry. Number 3.
Number 3. Swiss Army Man.
Suicide Squad.
Oh.
No. Swiss Army
I knew
Man.
we were forgetting an honorable mention.
Right.
Number 3, Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man. About this character who got shipwrecked. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Paul Dano kind of runs away from home, basically, and he finds himself trapped on this desert island, and then
is on the verge of killing himself.
In the process of killing
himself.
And Daniel Radcliffe washes up on the shore, and
he is a corpse.
Then
he is dead.
Paul Dano starts rethinking things and goes on wild gallivanting adventures with the corpse of this man.
It's the movie where a dead man can teach another man how to live. It's a weird movie. Let me just say
it's weird, but it's also, I don't know, So, I didn't see it originally when we talked about it, because you guys saw it. I saw it after. It's obviously a sweet movie, and I think it's a very sweet movie. And I think that's partly why I put it so high on the list. And I think it's not sappy; it feels genuine, and it's about a character who is super human and believable. Like that is very like the creeper thing. Like it's not that far. Like there's nothing. I don't know. Like I said, like there's something like normal about it. Like.
Well, yeah, like
he's a depressed kid who's lonely, who isn't confident in himself, and
he happens to like see this person and like
sort of obsessed over, but not
like to like a creepy
fixated.
sense.
Is like fixated on this person.
More like what she like represents and like what he wants in his life, and it does get a little weird, but it's like. It's not like fantasy. It's like it's weird, and then it gets to fantasy.
Like he's
a corpse that
right,
farts,
sure, right.
That farts and his boners lead him home. It's a weird, silly movie.
Carrie, you fucking love this movie.
Yeah, this is my number one. I love this movie so much, and after I saw it the first time, I knew I really liked it. But lately, I've been looking more into it, and I love the way the place where this idea for this movie came from. On some of the press junket tours, Daniels will be talking, the two guys that made it will be talking about how they wanted to make a movie that involved all the things that they hate. So bodily humor, musicals, a cappella music. And so they wanted to take those concepts and make a movie centered around them because they knew that if they did that, it would have to be the best possible version of any of those things. And so then that kind of prevails through the movie. He talks about, it's always the worst songs that get stuck in your head with Cotton Eye Joe. And it's just this movie that is trying to champion all like the worst or shameful parts of life and show you that it's okay to fart around people, and that uses something as simple as a fart joke as a catalyst to break down your societal shame and how you should be able to be yourself. And then, oh god, and then the soundtrack of this movie.
Soundtrack's very good.
Oh my fucking god.
It's really good.
I love it so much. And then the way that the characters, because it's not a full-fledged musical, but the characters interact with the soundtrack in a really cool and interesting way. And the messages that the movie brings forward are very cool. I just love it.
Yeah, it
so much.
Yeah, it's a movie, so it does follow that like sort of rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. But like this one feels very genuine because of these two characters that they created. Like their character, like they have a character arc, and that character arc and that relationship feels very genuine and really sweet and really good. Yeah. That's why I like it. Ryan, do you have anything to say?
Pretty much just what you guys said. Like, I liked it. I didn't love it to the extent that Carrie did. I probably need to rewatch it again. I haven't done that yet. Like, it's just very, very good for a movie about a farting
sure, yeah,
with a
definitely.
boner. Like, you give someone that pitch and they're like, I don't know about this, man. It's weird. But it's number 3 on our top 10 list.
It is number 3. All right, top 2. Here we go. This is the second best movie of 2016, according to us.
According to science.
Science. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Man. I did not think it would go this high.
What was this on your personal list?
I can't remember. Oh, I guess I have it here. I guess I put it on 3. Never mind. I don't know. I
can't believe it.
I just, for some reason, because it's been so long, this was early, and this is the earliest one.
This was March.
Yeah, this is the earliest one on this list. Yeah, I didn't remember. I guess I didn't remember that very much, but the more I thought about it, I was like, it's very tense. It's 3 characters, all 3 fantastic. John Goodman, phenomenal in it.
Elizabeth Winstead, great.
There's mystery in it.
Character.
The ending is good. It is a fucking great thriller. Yeah, and like I don't know, man. Like it's a fucking solid ass thriller with great characters. It's so simple, and then it gets kind of complicated towards. It gets it goes places at the end of the movie, but it's just
It starts with like so tense and like you're so afraid of the outside world, but you're also afraid of like what's going on inside this bunker. Because in this movie, it's about a supposed like alien invasion or something happened outside, and this woman ends up in a bunker with John Goodman and what's the other guy's name? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
With another guy, and they're all just trapped in there. for years she's told that they're gonna be there for years, and she's like, I don't know about this. This seems kind of shady. And then it's just so tense and
right. Yeah, it's weird because it is such a simple. It's so simple. What they have to work with is very simple compared to the last movie with the Cloverfield name, which is a very big, bombastic, erratic thing
all over the place.
This thing is a very focused, very there's not much on the bone. It's very lean. This is what we have to work with. We're gonna make this super tight, super tense. Make the audience keep asking, is this actually what's going on? I guess it is what's going on. Wait a minute. And then at the end, throw them a fucking curveball and be like, oh shit, okay, what the hell? And it all works very well, I think. Carrie, you got anything?
I love John Goodman so much.
He's very good in this film.
He's a bad man. He is a bad man. He's a John Bad Man. That's what he is. The joke. All right,
Are you sure?
Carrie, go on.
But yeah, feel the same. Just super, super strong performances from all of these people who are confined, and there's no room to be anything but awesome.
Yeah, I feel like we had some trouble describing it when we saw it as well, because it is such it really is a simple movie. There are character arcs, but not really. All these characters kind of stay the same throughout it. There's no real...
Yeah, they show up, developed, who they are. You immediately find out, who exactly, Michelle, that's her character, if I remember right. You immediately find out who she is, what she's about. And yet, the same thing happens with the other two characters. They're very much they lay it all on the table, except for John Goodman a bit. But that's part of the mystery. And then it's just a wild ride to the end. A very tense, very scary ride. Not scary in your typical horror way. Just scary because you feel like you're also trapped in this room with these people, and you also want out. Because being in a room like that, even on a film, you feel trapped in there. And I want to get out because this feels unnatural. Being in the same location this whole film. But that plays and works with the movie so well. It's so good. And
the tension, the movie never says, this shit is high stakes, this is tight. It feels normal. But it feels I want, this, nothing about this feels right. John Goodman, I don't trust you. And the audience, there's something...
I loved Roseanne, but I just don't know about this right now.
Yeah, it never thinks this, oh man, it's so tight and shit. There's no, quick cuts or, fast, it's all...
No, it's very slow, and it takes its time.
It's good. It's a good movie.
That's what? It's number 2.
Number 2, best movie 2016. And the best movie... Oh, let's go back. Let's go through the list again.
Number 10.
Zootopia.
Number 9.
Jungle Book.
Number 8.
Arrival.
Number 7.
Southbound.
Number 6.
Neon Demon.
Number 5.
Rogue One.
Number 4.
Green Room.
Number 3.
Swiss Army Man.
Number 2.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Number 1.
9 Lives. You heard it here first, folks.
Number 1.
Norm of the North. Another great joke. We're the kings of thrillers. We're love delaying the inevitable. Number 1 is...
The Witch.
Oh, snap.
The Witch. All right, so I can't remember what we said about this movie when we first saw it.
It's terrifying.
So yeah, I feel
it's a terrifying
this.
movie.
I think
that's all I can say.
I think this, for me personally, was the most hyped movie of the year.
Oh yeah, for me too.
And I was worried that it was going to be a very slow and plotting and kind of uninteresting thing, but it is slow, and it's kind of plotting, but it is very, very fucking cool. That's why I like it. I don't think it's terrifying. I think it's so fucking cool.
It's terrifying in that very old school sense, in the way that The Exorcist is terrifying, because modern movies don't really take that whole God and devil aspect. It's more about Bagul, he's this ancient guy, he's scary. But this plays with that religious stuff that you don't see often anymore.
Literally good and evil.
Good and evil. Literally good and evil. And it plays with that in this whole witch aspect in such a great, creepy way. I love the colors of the film.
The grays.
The grays. It's so pretty. The main actor, who's also... What else was she in?
I haven't seen her in anything else.
What? Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yeah, she was in something else
She was
this
in
year.
Morgan.
She was in
Oh,
Morgan.
great.
I thought she was in something else that was good.
She's gonna be in that new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Something
Sure.
that was good.
Hey, The Visit was great.
That was a fun movie.
That was a
I'll tell you
great
that.
movie. That was a great movie. The kid rapped. It was good.
So in The Witch, in Suicide Squad,
Right.
in The Witch, she's
Right. So like I said, I really like
her
it.
and her dad are probably the main
Yeah.
most developed, interesting characters. I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And
That is crazy.
it's this
He's great.
right. Like it's this like he's been convicted of what? Again, I forget.
It doesn't really ever say, but it starts off they're in a trial and they're being
Right.
banished from their settlement.
They never said
and
right.
he said the way that I practice my faith.
Yeah.
or something like that.
It was because his religious beliefs are very strict compared to the community they're in, and that kind of relates to what happens with his kids later.
So they go right. So they go to this like they're out of town. They're isolated here,
They live
and
by these woods,
and they have this baby. And then Thomason, I think is her
Thomason,
name.
yeah.
Is playing with the baby, playing peekaboo, and then the baby's gone.
Baby's really good at peekaboo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's gone, and it's just like what the
way
fuck.
better than any child
And
I've
there's
ever seen.
and there's sort of this tinge of like you're the woman, sort of like you're the young girl. Obviously, it's your fault. You did something bad, whatever the fuck. Like there's this sort of unsaid thing that it's sort of an unbiased, like,
Foolish young woman.
Yeah.
messed
Yeah,
up our
definitely.
You
messed up our homestead and ruined this
Yeah.
new life that we're trying to forge. For
like you
ourselves.
go fuck yourself. You're evil. And then at the end of the movie, it was like, well, fine, fuck you. And then, oh, it's so goddamn good.
It is so good. Like,
There's this
the only issue I see people having is like it's very old English.
very.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell what
understand.
they're saying, but like
I understood what they said more than I did with
If you
Fantastic
turn on
Beasts.
subtitles, you're cheating.
you are not a true witch fan. But like you still get what's going on. There's never point like I don't know what's going on because they keep speaking whatever. Like you know what's happening in the story, and it's just crazy.
Mhm. It's a very.
There's that exorcism-esque scene.
Oh yeah.
That's very creepy and weird.
Mhm.
And then like the last shot is just like
Oh, it's so good. I get
the fate of the baby.
if you
is also
like
great.
if you like Satan,
If you love Satan,
it like just like that imagery. They're like hell yeah, fucking yeah, that evil shit.
Hell yeah.
I
hell yeah.
this is one of the best Satan movies. I like it a lot. Yeah,
It's a great horror movie.
it's a fantastic horror movie. I think a lot of people
a
didn't
great
like.
movie.
I think you're right. I think a lot of people didn't like it because I don't know. Like some people felt it was sort of like pretentious and like sort of Oscar critic baity.
Yeah.
Like it's not bloody and stuff, but it is. I mean, there's a that goat fucks people up.
Yeah.
Shit, spoilers. Actually, the goat.
A normal goat could fuck you
Sure.
up.
Also, the goat is on the cover of the fucking thing,
Yeah.
so it's like whatever. It's like when the Cabin in the Woods fucking came on Blu-ray. The fucking it was like a holographic thing. If you flipped it, it showed all like, well,
Yeah,
go
I have
fuck
this-
off.
I have that
spoiled
one
the
on
whole
my-
movie.
on
I was
my
like, cool, good
DVD.
job, guys. Yeah. We were debating if we were to put 10 Cloverfield Lane or The Witch as our number one. Obviously, because they're next to each other. But
I feel like The Witch deserves it more. It stands on its own, and it has a lot more like things that are different. Like it stands out as films in this year. Like there's no film that came out this year or even recently that's really like this movie. And for 10 Cloverfield Lane, there are similar fields, but I feel like it does it so much better than other ones.
this was also my number one personally.
This was my number 2.
Number 2, okay.
Carrie was like number 10.
No.
No, Carrie also liked this.
I think it was like my number 5 or something.
Oh, nice.
I'm just very glad that actually it was this and a movie that's on Ryan's list that. Well, actually, now that we have our top 10, The Witch is the best movie
That
of
wins the
2016.
first Movies Are Real award. Come by.
We'll be in contact with them.
We'll be in contact with the Handiware Award, which is
Robert Eggers,
which
did
is a
it.
Tom Nook amiibo. Come on down to Omaha, Nebraska, and claim your prize.
So yeah, best movie of the year, The Witch. So, as I was alluding to, this was I think the number one most excited movie I was, and then because I really like this director and I really like this screenwriter and I love the idea of taking this old thing and doing something new, there's a Blair Witch, which is on Ryan's top 3.
Oh man!
So Ryan, talk about the Blair Witch
Okay,
without us being smarmy about it. That's why
so,
it's good.
So do we want to go just list a movie from our top 3? And then...
Because we've covered a lot of them. Like I've covered all of mine.
I only chose movies that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, I know. You were the only one who did that.
Oh, cool.
I've got one more to talk about.
She's got one more, yeah.
Okay, so actually I can cut one of mine because it's not that great. So I'll just talk about Blair Witch and another movie. So yeah, Blair Witch. It's super underrated. It's so good. I talked to Carrie. Don't take a drink.
If I don't have something in my mouth, I'm gonna disagree with you.
I can't. I went on an hour-long rant when we talked about this. I went crazy trying to convince you and other people in the world. Carrie, I don't like that look. It doesn't translate in audio-only format.
Did you see it twice?
I saw it twice.
You saw it twice? Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, if I saw this again, would I be like Carrie and hate it? Carrie is just biting her skin, just gone crazy.
Well, you probably covered it in when we saw it that month. Why is this on the top 3 of your movies of 2016?
Because it's so I just love the world it exists in. It's a world where the Blair Witch Project came out, but unlike how we see it, and this movie that people thought was real but wasn't, it was a real thing that happened. And you're returning to these woods so many years later just trying to figure out what the hell's going on and what happened to these people. Because Blair Witch, great movie. I get why people don't like it because it's different. But it's full of mystery and what the hell's going on. So you have that desire to return back and find out what the hell's going on. And these characters, although they're not developed as well as I personally would like, I kind of wish there was more time with them. It's very easy to fall into their shoes because they're all just guided by this morbid curiosity of wanting to know what the hell's going on, what happened to Heather and her friends, why couldn't we find this house even though we searched for it, what is going on here? And then you get back into the woods and it's just as messed up and crazy as possible, and it's this roller coaster of what the hell is going on, and then just like Blair Witch Project, it just ends. And you don't know what the hell's going on, and it's great, and I love this movie so much. And no one else does!
No.
And I can't convince people. I try to convince people. Donna, your girlfriend, likes it. She's told me that before.
Yeah.
Or maybe she lied to me.
I don't know.
To try to preserve our friendship.
I was really excited about it. I know someone who fucking spoke about it like it was the best movie of the year. I didn't like it. So what's your next thing, Ryan? We'll let that be.
Let's let Carrie.
I disagree.
Sure.
I'll do that.
I'll do my number 3. I'm not joking.
9 Lives.
No, I thought about it, but my third favorite movie of this year, my personal favorite movie I enjoy watching the most, is Gods of Egypt.
Oh, Carrie.
I love it. I can't help it. I tried. It was The Lobster, but we already talked about that, so... But,
had to throw that out the window.
Fuck The Lobster. Gods of Egypt, best movie.
Why is Gods of Egypt? Why do you enjoy it so much?
Because it's
Is it the ridiculousness?
Yeah!
Oh.
It's like, oh, we have this fucking Egypt movie. Yeah, let's have this dramatic thing. Giant snakes. We have the gods here. They're only, slightly bigger, though. And then fucking Jeffrey Rush is in space fighting off the demon snake on the flat earth. It's a great movie. Come on, guys.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either, so
maybe that could have replaced the movie you hated so much. Neon Demon? Neon Demon, off the list. It's been replaced with Gods of Egypt.
It's just the visuals of the movie are really...
Alright. Ryan.
Alright, so the one movie that I saw that none of you guys did was Shin Godzilla. Mm-hmm. Godzilla Resurgence. This was number 2 on my list. I only saw it once. I really need to see it again.
Still unavailable to watch it legally, is it?
Maybe.
Can you watch it easily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very, like, you guys have both seen the original Godzilla, right?
No. I know, I've read about it, and I've seen critique of it.
Bits of it?
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen it in forever, but, like, it very much is, like, a modern retelling of that. Like, how that movie was all about...
It's about anti-nuclear war?
It's about anti-nuclear war and, like, what, like, nuclear weapons did to Japan in that time. It's all an allegory. It's all fun stuff.
Yeah.
This, however, takes that modern aspect of, like, remember the nuclear power plant disaster that happened in 2011?
Right. Yeah.
It's all based around that.
Oh.
And how things, how nuclear stuff can fuck stuff up, and then Godzilla just shows up, and it's unlike Godzilla 2014, which I think is a fine movie. Like, I don't love it, obviously.
Me either. I like it,
but
though.
what that movie did that I didn't super love is it took more of a focus on Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, and I get why they did that. Having, like, that one person you can follow is fine, and then eventually just switch to Godzilla's perspective, which it was cool, but it didn't make sense for the movie. Instead, for Shin Godzilla, it's all about how the politics and the government are handling a giant monster that just came out of the ground and is killing thousands of people per second. It's following, like, this courtroom of, like, their president, or maybe it's prime minister, you can't remember. Him trying to figure out what's going on. He has this team of people who are like, we need to figure out how to stop this thing and how to save all of our people. Because I'm looking out the window, that thing is terrifying. Have you seen that thing? And it is terrifying. And it takes this aspect of it where you're seeing... It's just a different view of the whole Godzilla thing. It's not like one person. It's not from Godzilla's perspective. It's from, like, this collective of what an event like this would do to a country, and that's all, like, symbolic of what a nuclear power plant disaster did for a country, of the government just trying to figure out, okay, this is going on, how do we fix it? We need to fix this as soon as possible, or else we are all screwed. And it's just the same thing, just replace a nuclear power plant with a giant monster man. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. It's a very great movie.
Yeah, that makes me way more interested than I was. Because I feel like I like Godzilla, but most of the Godzilla movies are all right.
That's true.
Some of them are great, but almost all of them are all right.
But this is all just... It's just about the
Sounds
horror.
Interesting.
It's just all about the
Sounds
horror
good.
of what the hell to do in this situation, which is what the original Godzilla was about.
Okay.
Which is why it's a great movie, and I wish people were more easily able to see it.
Yeah. All right, Carrie, do you have another one, or did we cover it?
My three were Gods of Egypt, Southbound, and Swiss Army Man. So
yeah, mine was Rogue One, Green Room, and The Witch. And Ryan, did we cover all yours?
Mine was going to be... These weren't any in particular order, but it was Blair Witch, Shin Godzilla, and 10 Cloverfield Lane, and The Witch, too.
Okay,
I couldn't really
cool.
decide. I took Blair Witch out of my thing because I knew you guys would be like, that's never on the list. So I didn't really think about that.
Okay.
Much. And I've talked about it before, so.
All right. So, yeah, man, there it is. There you go.
Our movie of the year was The Witch.
Wow. I kind of felt like it, but I also wasn't sure what was going to reach the top. There wasn't anything I felt super strongly about, but they're all great movies. Nothing that I would have, like, fucking killed for the number one spot. But yeah, that is it for our best of 2016. Congratulations to everyone. Good job. Good work out there. So yeah, if, knock on wood, if this is hopefully coming out, I want this to come out at least on the 26th. At least. So hopefully that's good. We will still have, a wrap up of December, because there's been a lot of fucking garbage that's come out. We've covered a little bit.
We'll have a holiday special because so many Christmas movies came out. I think you guys are forgetting. I did watch Bad Santa 2, and I have a lot to say about that movie.
I forgot that came out. Oh, we saw Office Christmas Party.
We did see Office Christmas Party.
Man. So we do have stuff to talk about for our next episode, with an actual traditional episode. So
this was a fun side.
It's been a good year, I think. I think
it could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this year there was just a lot of disappointing movies. Like for you guys, that was Blair Witch. For me, it was a lot of superhero stuff because I'm a nerd.
No, I think it's fair. Like I always want the superhero things to be great, but they're always just good.
Because like there's occasionally those great ones like Guardians or Dark Knight, but then there's all these mediocre ones.
Yeah.
And I feel like Civil War was on the cups of being really great. I don't know. I really like Spider-Man, man. Okay, so that's probably just that.
But what about Deadpool, guys?
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie, just people ruined it for me.
Of course they would. Are you kidding me? That's why I never wanted a Deadpool movie. Because I didn't want to satisfy those people. That's mean of me, but they're so annoying.
I hate comic book fans.
Come on. I get it. He likes chimichangas. It's so random and it's so funny. I get it. Please stop.
Deadpool should be in the next Suicide Squad movie. Oh, he's too bad.
And Suicide Squad was bad. That was a disappointment.
That looked good, too.
It did look good for a hot minute.
And that had fun Will Smith in it.
It did.
Not Collateral Beauty, sad Will Smith, but fun. Fun Will Smith. That's a good point to end on.
Yeah, great point to end. All the disappointment of 2016 for film. So yeah, that was our best of 2016. I hope you had a happy holiday. I hope 2017, for many reasons, is way better than 2016. I hope at least movies.
What's some stuff that's coming out? I can't remember. Maybe you should have done research, but I don't know.
You got Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I think is going to be disappointing, and that breaks my heart.
There's going to be a Spider-Man movie. I'm excited for that.
I used to believe.
New Star Wars.
There's the Mummy. I'm really excited for the Mummy.
That Amityville movie might come out.
Rings might come
out, yeah.
That's true.
Boss Baby?
Boss Baby?
Yeah. The one that we took a picture in front
Baby Boss?
Oh, yeah.
The Lego Batman movie?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That'll be fun.
Fuck yeah.
The new movie by Edgar Wright comes out. Baby Driver.
Oh.
I can't remember exactly when Baby Driver comes out. That'll be fun.
This is depressing. There's nothing I'm looking forward to next year. Nothing.
That's a shame.
This has been the last episode of Movies Are Real.
I remember last year we were all talking about how we were so excited for The Witch.
Yeah?
I think that was our collective. We're excited for that movie, and it was number one on our list.
So there you go.
It's crazy.
But yeah, that's the end of our best of 2016. The Witch, the best movie of 2016. Somehow Neon Demon made it on this list. I'm okay with that because I like it.
We still need to watch La La
There's
Land.
a new 50 Shades of Grey movie next year.
And on that note, movies are real.
Have a great new year. Bye.
Bye.